What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And this is a sad day because if you grew up in the 90s, there's no way that you don't know who Timbaland and Magoo is. Magoo of Timbaland Magoo has passed away. I want to show you guys where it's sourced. I don't, on times like this, I don't really like showing my, I don't do my intro. Uh, it's not like a fun kind of day. Not I'm showing up on Lauren time. Look, it's breaking news. I said, let me come out and give it to y'all. So let me show you what's going on and where this was sourced from. It says Magoo rapper passed away. Timbaland's rap partner Melvin Barcliff died at 50, which is super young. But like I said, if you grew up around my time, you definitely knew Timbaland and Magoo. You definitely knew that they were part of a super, like, I wouldn't call them a group, but it was Timbaland and Magoo, Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, Genuine. Like, they were untouchable. They all worked together. So he definitely was a part of my childhood. It says Magoo's death. Timbaland's rap partner Magoo has passed away at the age of 50. Rapper Magoo, whose real name is Melvin Barcliff, an indie rock band from Norfolk, England, was announced dead today, Sunday the 13th. Known for his unforgettable collaborations with the likes of Timbaland, Missy Elliott, and the late Aaliyah, Magoo's influence on the genre is immeasurable. Lately, if you know, people really kind of give him a hard time because, yeah, we're gonna show you how we party. Love that song. Up jumps the boogie. Now, if you on YouTube and you search Magoo, you have so many people who didn't really know who he was going into his lyrics. Only Magoo could do lyrics like Magoo. Half the time, you didn't know what he was talking about it, but you knew you liked it. Like the bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. I said the bird, bird. I didn't know what it meant, but I liked it. It was definitely specific to him. He was entertaining. So, like, for a lot of you guys who don't know who he is, let me show you this tab. This was the dream team. Missy, Aaliyah, Timbaland and Magoo, Genuine. I think the lady in the middle is Miss Jade. Missy's artist. But yeah, it's a sad day. 50 is extremely young. You've never heard of him? You don't know Timbaland and Magoo? You don't know the people from this picture? The Super Friends is what they were called. Timbaland and Magoo. Now, I mean, later on, Timbaland did do kind of like more solo projects. Timbaland was like a super producer. Magoo was his partner. They came up together. Let me give you a little background on them. These are some of the songs. Love to Love You, Up Jumps the Boogie, All Y'all. Now, All Y'all was one of my favorites because it was featuring Tweet. We added again, Clock Strikes. But again, let me show you guys. For those of you who don't know who he is, Timbaland and Magoo biography. Timbaland and Magoo are a hip hop duo from Norfolk, Virginia that stormed onto the scene in the fall of '97 with their debut single, Up Jumps the Boogie, and an album, Welcome Our World. The pair met when they were teenagers in the early 90s. Over the next few years, they worked together intermittently as they concentrated on breaking into the music business. By the mid-90s, Timbaland had established himself as a promising producer, and in 1996, he began having hits. He produced Genuine's Pony, as well as SW Can We. Where's this music coming from? Sorry. YouTube does not like when people play music on these live streams. Love to love you. Okay, so y'all were definitely in my genre of music. Yes, Magoo passed away today at the age of 50. Okay, so yeah, let's finish this. He did Pony for Genuine, SWV's Can We, Can We Kick It Tonight, Aaliyah's One in a Million. Magoo had written a handful of cuts on the Genuine album, as well as Missy Misdemeanor's debut, Super Duper Fly, which also featured several tracks produced by Timbaland. By 1997, why do they keep playing this music? By 1997, the pair decided to launch a recording career together. And in the fall of that year, they released their debut album, Welcome to Our World. Its release was preceded by Up Jumps the Boogie, a single featuring Missy Elliott and Aaliyah that became a top 10 R&B hit. After the turn of the millennium, Indecent Proposal arrived in 2001, followed by Under Construction Part 2 in 2003. Like I said, Timbaland went on to do more solo projects later in his career, but there's no Timbaland without Timbaland and Magoo in my eyes. No matter how successful Timbaland was later on, I still think of him as synonymous with Magoo. It's like salt with no pepper. Yes, not for the side music. We don't know yet. So let me show you where it was sourced through. It was people are looking for Timbaland or Missy to say something, but in later years, I don't know that they were necessarily that close. This is where it was sourced through. This guy, Black Player 502, is in the business. He says, "Man, can't believe this. Rest in peace, Magoo. Damn, big bro wasn't ready for that." Hashtag Super Friends. Super Friends, Aaliyah, Genuine, Timbaland Magoo, Missy Elliott. So people asking, can someone from the Missy and Timbaland camp tell us what the heck is going on? Now, in some of these replies, I actually know someone in these replies, so I can tell you it's reputable. It's just really sad because he definitely was part of my childhood, and apparently he was a part of y'all's childhood. I think there's no Timbaland without Missy, but I mean, they were all grouped together. They were the Super Friends. They were in each other's videos, even if they weren't actually performing. They definitely stuck together. They definitely had each other's backs. And that was my late 90s. Missy, Aaliyah, Genuine, Timbaland, and Magoo. Yes, this part of hip hop 50. So they were a part of yours as well. Live from Virginia. Rest in peace to Magoo and my fiance. I hope they rest in peace. I think they said that the guy who sourced it was from Timbaland's group Player. I remember him on Beat Me 911 with Missy and 702. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. They lost Aaliyah, Static, and now Magoo. They came out from Devontae's camp, and that trio's everything. But yeah, guys, definitely it's not my normal time. Please hit the like button. It is appreciated. Let me take this one off. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where at 50, you don't expect it. You haven't really heard anything from him or about him, but the minute that you do, you go back to that place that you were in 1997, 1998 when you were listening to them. All this kind of nostalgia takes you right back to that spot. Ironic, he passed away on the weekend of the 50th birthday, and he was 50. Rest in peace. This camp was tight like boot camp. Like so few trusted friends nowadays. I don't know. I didn't even technically know that they were beefing, but let's look it up. This was an interview that he did back in 2020. Let's see. We talked to Magoo about his early days in Virginia with Timbaland and Pharrell. We also talk about his time with Devontae Swing's Basement Clique, what really happened in that situation. He also talks about some of the personal battles he had when he was having huge success with Welcome to Our World album as to why he's no longer doing music now. Says, you I got sold. You started out in a group called SBI, Surrounded by Idiots, with Timbaland, Pharrell, and Larry Live. Wow, I didn't know that. Magoo. Larry was the first person I met. He was from Virginia Beach initially, and he ended up moving to where I went to high school in Chesapeake. Me and him hung for a while, and 3 months into me knowing him as a friend and having two classes together, he told me about a guy he knew from Virginia Beach who was this fantastic DJ. This was before I knew Tim as a producer. I was like, it's impossible for somebody to be that good. One day he drove us over to Tim's house, and Tim was better than what Larry had told me. Tim could have had Kid Capri, Funkmaster Flex, or Jazzy Jeff. He was that good. Now he was better than Jazzy Jeff. I wouldn't say that, but he was elite. So let's keep on going. I didn't know that he was in a group with Pharrell. Dang, I guess Virginia just has all the talent. I guess Virginia just has all the. Let's see. How were you guys introduced to Pharrell? What did you take away being around Pharrell? Talk about your early days of Missy. It's not saying anything about Timbaland. You didn't necessarily have food to eat every day when you were in the basement. How did you remain so patient during that time? Back then it was different. It was all we had. When you spent 3 or 4 hours under Devontae, that was nana. There was no instant gratification. It didn't exist. There was no reality TV or internet. When you met somebody, that was how you got on. You couldn't pick up the phone and call and talk to anybody that could help you. You literally had to run into people. So if you got into a situation, dang, so he wasn't. So they were really, really, they had nothing at the beginning. From nothing to top 10 hits to kind of shaping the way music sounded. You always had those memorable one-liners like the bird is the word. Magoo says it was intentional. I was a little rough around the edges before, but as I got around Jodeci and learned more about the music industry and then we got with the Leah, Uncle Barry Hankerson, I started to understand something about the music industry that I never would have got the opportunity to experience if I came out immediately. People always remember when you say certain things like, what you talking about, Willis? Gary Coleman was a childhood actor, but his career is remembered because of that one line. Biggie even put that line in one of his lyrics. Me and Timbaland had a conversation. He was like, you can either sell 200,000 or we can sell 1 million, but you have to decide what that's going to be. If I just did that hip hop that I was going to do. Sorry, this reads funny, but this is in his own words. If I just did that hip hop that I was doing that was just doing for the cats on the block, I don't think anybody would know me at all. That's what people don't understand when they talk about me, and I've heard about people say about me. This is what I'm saying when they're talking about his lyrics. His lyrics were only Magoo could get away with those type of lyrics. So actually, I'm reading this article. Sorry, guys. Let me put it on the screen for you. I'm not seeing anything on his share with your favorite memory of Aaliyah. So he didn't even really talk about Timbaland. So maybe Timbaland, that kind of conversation is off the record for him. I don't know. Either way it goes, it's really sad. 50 is very, very, very 50 is very young, but he seemingly lived a full life, had a lot of success, and he's etched in hip hop history. So I just wanted to come to you guys, let you guys know what happened. Anytime that it's somebody that affects me, I always come out. I figured that you guys would probably grew up in the 90s as well. So rest in peace, Magoo. Rest in peace, Melvin. And as more facts come out, I'll keep you guys updated. Have a good Sunday night. Be safe, everybody.